Hey guys, this is actually a video response, something I don't normally do, but today I kind of felt the need to tell a little story. If you give me a second here, let me look over my computer. This is a video response to Josiah's backpack, his newest video, Nissan Titan transmission service problem. That's the title. And basically, I suggest watching the video first, but he kind of addresses everyone and kind of asks a general question, specifically related to transmission fluid. The story is that he got a new truck. It was a Nissan Titan in I think '06 or '07. And he's a good guy. He gets his normal maintenance done to the vehicle. He knows that's important. And recently he hit about 30,000 miles. And when he brought it to the dealership to have it maintained and serviced, they had told him that he needs to do a transmission service, which is basically they flush out the fluids and they put new transmission fluid in there. But what he was kind of shocked about, and which would have shocked myself, I mean, I've never heard this before, but I guess the technician or the manager, whoever was working on the car, had told him that when he gets it serviced, when he gets the transmission flushed, he has to use their specific transmission fluid. If he does not, it will void his warranty on his truck. And he was kind of shocked at this because he didn't really know if really there was much truth behind it. And like I said, I'd be in the same boat. I never really heard anything like that in my life. Sounds kind of bogus to me, but honestly, I don't really know. I'm not going to pretend that I do. That may be true, may not be. Hopefully, some of you auto mechanics out there can, chime in and let him know this. Kind of important. But now he's kind of questioning whether he should even keep the truck now because of this kind of ridiculous stipulation on his warranty. But anyway, Josiah, I wish you the best of luck, whatever you decide to do. Wish you the best of luck, man. The reason I'm making this video is to tell you a quick little story. And this is actually a long story. I'm going to try to squeeze it down, so it's just basically the facts. I don't want to bore you with a big story. But a couple years back in 2003, my parents, they leased a brand new Jeep Liberty. And part of the contract was for the first year they had scheduled maintenances, 2 different services that were free, as long as we went to the dealership to have them done. One was tire rotations, regular tire rotations when they were scheduled, and oil changes. And for the first 4 or 5 months, this was fine. Everything went nice and smooth. My dad was happy. He didn't have to pay for the oil changes and, again, tire rotations. But one Saturday, my father had other obligations he had to go off and do, so he asked me if I would accompany my mother to the dealership to make sure the stuff gets done. So I did. It was kind of a busy Saturday morning, and we're at the dealership, and for my own weird curiosity, I was kind of wondering in my mind, how do you prove that they're really doing these services? I mean, when you go to any place, whether it's for your car or whatever, if you go and you pay for a service, and it's a service that you're not physically watching it being done, how do you really know that it is being done? I mean, in this case, it was included in the lease of the car, but most people they pay cash. They go or they write a check, for an oil change, all these different services. But for the most part, you're spending your time in a little waiting room and you're not watching it being done. They could be, in there eating a sandwich, and then a half an hour later they say, here you go, here's your car. Thanks for your business. And so I kind of started thinking about all kinds of weird stuff, and what I decided to do was I actually decided to mark the tire to prove to myself that when they're done, that I know that if that tire is in a different position, then they've rotated the tires. What I did was I actually took my pen that I had in my pocket, and this is while we're still waiting. We weren't even, they didn't even take the vehicle in yet. What I did was I colored in the B. I mean, the tires were Bridgestone, okay, and the tires, the word Bridgestone was in white on the side of the tire. So I took my pen and I colored in the B, the letter B, on the driver's side front tire, okay. Now I know that these tires are supposed to be changed back to the rear, okay. So when the car was done, I should be able to see physically that the tire that was on the front is now on the back because it's the only tire that has the B colored in blue, okay, with my pen ink. Well, to my shock, surprisement, they were done with the vehicle about 45 minutes later, and they went over what they did with us at the counter. The guy had the clipboard. He said, okay, well, we gave you an oil change, and we rotated your tires. Well, I went out in the parking lot, and again, totally shocked. I had seen that physically, I had proof that they did not rotate the tires. And what I actually did was when I marked the tire, I took a picture with my cell phone camera, which has a date stamp on it. It says when I took the picture. Now that I have proof that they did not do the service they said they did, I was really angry. I was kind of like upset. I was kind of thinking in my mind, all this time we're bringing the car back, are they actually doing anything with it? And immediately I went to check the oil, and thank God they did. They did replace the oil. I could tell because, the viscosity was a lot thicker, and I could tell by the color that it was new oil. But I told the manager, I said, I have a little bit of a problem. Can you come out to the parking lot and take a look at the car? So the manager came outside, and I explained the whole thing to him. I said, look, I have proof here that you did not rotate the tires. And I showed him everything, and his face went pale. It went completely white. He didn't know what to say. He wasn't, first of all, he was never going to admit to me that they did not do the job and said they did. What he actually said, which was probably why he's in the manager position, he said that there might have been a mix-up or confusion in the garage, and that he'll have it taken care of right away. But his face, when he realized that, hey, I'm calling them out, and they didn't do what they said they were supposed to, like I said, he was completely flush. He didn't know what to do. But anyway, long story short, they went back into the garage, and I actually physically went in there myself. I insisted that I watch them rotate the tires, and I did, and we never went back to that place ever again. Just shocking. I think in my mind, what I'm thinking is that because it's not, it's included. It's not like we went in there with cash like everyone else. I think that we were just low on the priority list, and I hope to God that they actually just forgot to do it as opposed to just went, nah, I'm not doing that. I will say we did it, but I'm not going to do it. And in my mind, to this day, I still wondered, was it on purpose or was it an honest mistake? But I don't know. The whole purpose of this video is just, you got to question things. You can't assume because you're paying for a service that it's going to be done. If you're not physically watching them do that service, you don't really know if they're performing that service. I know this sounds kind of ridiculous and maybe a little bit paranoid, but next time you get a tire rotation, do the same thing. Mark a tire, one that is going to be moved to a different position. It'd be interesting to see how many people out there actually perform these services. Something like a tire rotation may not seem like a big deal, but look, this specific vehicle, like I said, it was being used quite a bit. If you have uneven wear, if you don't rotate your tires and you have uneven wear, you can have blowouts. God, if you're going 65, 70 miles an hour on the highway and you have a blowout, that could be fatal. That could be a horrific car accident. So, these are just important things. Whenever you get a chance, from that day on, whenever I get maintenance done on any of my vehicles, me, my family, or my friends, if I happen to be there, I'm in the garage and I'm like this. I'm looking through the window, through the garage window, watching them actually perform the service. Because, I just don't trust them anymore. But I just wanted to share that little story with you guys. I know it sounds crazy, but, like I said, you don't know you're getting that service unless you physically see it being done. So, anyway, I thank you for watching. Josiah, like I said, I really hope you have this situation taken care of, and I wish you the best of luck, whatever you decide to do. Just want to say real quick, I do appreciate all your videos. Like I said, very entertaining and educational. I like them quite a bit. So you keep up the videos. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day.